Hi guys, back again with me Austin from FAV-A02. Today I'm going to share to you my experience on this is acid rain, the last line of defense. Okay, this 3 3/4 inch or 4 inch or 1/18 scale. That's I think the most common measurement that or scaling that they use in this line. We have two here. Okay, maybe I'll just explain one by one. So this by Toy Alliance. Okay, these two are by Toy Alliance. You see the TA logo here. Okay, maybe just take a look. The first one here is a single figure. As usual, they have a very nice artwork in the packaging at the front cover. Really cool. Okay, if you like acid rain artwork, this is very cool as always. Probably courtesy of the Mr. Kit Lau himself. I'm not really sure, but it seems to be like that because he's also the graphic designer, if I'm not mistaken. Any TA releases always have a number. For example, this is a FAV-A11. Okay, FAV means figures and vehicle series. Okay, so yep, and normally for acid rain they use this code FAV. This one is the Sand Cannoneer 88th. 88 is the name of or the number of the division normally, so it's the Sand division, if I remember it correctly. It's part of August military. Well, since TA taken over the production of this line, they've released so many figures, and in fact I couldn't really catch up to most of it. I'll try my best. Usually I just buy things that I like. Okay. Did I mention to you that this is the first line that I purchased? You know, the first action figure line that I purchased is actually Acid Rain. At that time they were still under Oritoy, and then the TA taken over to improve things, production side, I guess. But they still maintain the soul of the line. Okay. Anyway, I'm not gonna stay too much on that. Okay, so let's just take a look. So it's with this box, but we'll take a look later on. Okay. Okay. So at the back, as normal, we have everything included in this box. Okay, one figure and several weapon. Okay. Well, we'll have a look at all of this later on. Don't worry about it. So 1/18 scale, like I mentioned, fully weathered as always. Okay, I'm not sure what is highly completed, but it is an action collectible, interchangeable weapons and accessories. Cool, one action figure included. Okay, so this is the Sand Cannoneer, okay, 88th division, and then we have here on the other one is Field Flakbike coded FB7f. I'm not sure what are those. Okay. FB maybe flag bike, I'm not really sure. And this is a division that I don't know it exists before. This is F109 with the very cool wing logo there. So I'm not sure. Seems to be like kind of a cannon ammo. What do you call that? with wings. Yeah. Anyway, as usual, very beautiful artwork at the front. You see what's going on, the situation here. So this one is coded FAV-A02 if you are interested. Okay, Toy Alliance. Action figure included, mode switch. So this is basically a vehicle, a flag bike, but then you can switch it into some sort of cannon, which is in this picture. Okay, the war under pollution. Okay, and F109 logo. So many factions this day. I'm not really aware of. I do know that this is supposed to be part of the August. I think so, August military. But then so many divisions these days. Okay, I only remember 303, that's the jungle division, and then 88 is the sand division. This one I'm not really sure. So here we have the picture of what we have here. We have the figure, we have the flag bike and the bike mode, and then all the accessories. Will come to that later on. Okay, so this is everything that's included here: folding shuffle, handgun binoculars, one Field Cannoneer. All right, and then this is the flag bike. This is already transformed into the Canon mode. Yeah. All right. So the reason why I share these two figures in one video, because actually, if you notice, although the color scheme is a bit different, but I realized that the Cannoneer, this one is Field Cannoneer, this is a Sand Cannoneer, they actually share somewhat similar mold, but we'll come to that later on. So I thought, oh, right, I'm gonna share them together anyway. Okay, it's pretty much almost the same. So without further ado, okay, I'm back to my root 1/18 scale. So let's just take a look what the what we have inside. Okay, so aside from this cool cover, okay, another good thing with this packaging is that they normally provide us with this plastic container, okay, to keep this figure intact. It's quite solid. Okay. The mold is quite nice as well, and you can actually connect, if you have more than one of this, okay, you can actually connect it to another piece of it and make it some sort of a wall or a base. For example, this one. Okay, and it's quite secure actually. So imagine you have more than two, you can kind of line it up and make it into some sort of a base. That would be cool. Well, unfortunately the connection is only on these two sides, but hey, that's not too bad, right? Okay, so yeah, and then we need to open the lock here, and we see the figure inside. Okay, so we have some cushion here, okay, to keep our figure in a good condition, and then we have the figure here. I'll just take it out, and yeah, another cushion, and yeah, well, I've already opened this figure actually. Okay, so everything is being held in this plastic. So yeah, let's take a look at the figure. So here's the figure that we have inside. This is pretty much standard acid rain with all the weathered look. Okay, very cool. Let's start from the hat. This is actually there's a removable helmet here, so you can take it out. Because the theme is post-apocalyptic, most of the soldier figures in this line have gas mask head like this. Some of the character has human face, but mostly are like this. Okay, pretty standard. Okay, with the gas mask. Yeah, pretty all covered with the goggles on. So I'll just put this back on. Very easy. Just slide, and yeah, it will fall into place. Okay. I'm not seeing any 88 insignia here, but instead we have this symbol, which I'm not sure what's that about. Okay. This is the outer face, by the way. Okay, so let me just move out a little bit. Okay, so you see here there is actually a face covering the actual body mold. Okay, we have this. I'm not sure what this is. Some sort of pocket or something. Okay, and then all right. So this the outer face. Okay. This here we have some sort of a plug to hold the shovel. We'll try that later on. And then here we have a walkie-talkie. Okay, it is molded quite nice, although it's very, very small, as you can see. This is probably some sort of radio or something. You can actually take it out. Okay, and you can somewhat try to pull the cable a little bit like that. So I'm not sure how far you can extend it, and I'm not gonna try to do that. It's just a hassle. Sorry about that. But you can just plug it back. Okay. I'm not sure how long the cable is. Okay. Does it quite long so that you can use it to put it into the to be grabbed? Honestly, I don't know, because the reason why I don't want to try it, because the face itself, it doesn't seem to be, well, you can actually take it out, as you can see here. So, well, not this one, but if you see at this piece, okay, these two pieces actually, This is the pack, so you can actually take it out. Okay, let me try just for the sake of this video. The old oratory release, normally you can take it out, okay, but for this one I'm not really well, I'm not really trying to, okay, but okay, let's just take a quick pic of the main body inside here. It's all sand color, okay. You see there's a bit of cable there, okay, you see inside there. It's not really visible, but I can see that there's a little bit of cable or wire there, which connect, okay, you see that piece, okay, I think that's the cable. There's a cable here, but I'm not sure how long. You can pull it out, and yeah, well, let's just try it, okay, for the sake of this. It seems to be not too far, okay. Not gonna force it, but this seems to be the longest range. Might be wrong though, so sorry about that. I'm not gonna force it, so I'll just try to put it back again. So I plugged the walkie-talkie back, and I'm trying to plug the fast again, okay. So yeah, anyway, well, if you're trying to do this, make sure you do use hairdryer first. Make everything less rigid and easier to peel off. Alright, so let's just continue, okay. So yeah, everything is, you know, pretty much sand color, and I'm trying to see whether there's something that's normally wasn't there in the old oratory release. I think this shoulder pad, if you see the shoulder pad, it's actually the one piece that covering, so it has two holes, okay. One hole to the armpit joint there, another hole is to this arm. I think this, so if you remove this arm, I have a feeling that you can actually take this out, okay, but yeah, I'm not gonna do that, okay. So that's not my focus today, okay. Let's move on to the legs. We have this piece, two pieces. The first one is the holster here. It seems to me that they are using a sturdier material here, okay. Hopefully, that's my impression here. I'm not sure. Okay, this is the holster. Normally they use rubbery material for this one, and then this is some sort of a small satchel on the left thigh. You see the zip, okay. I think it seems to be removable. If you see this, I think I've adjusted the, you know, the position somewhat. So if you put off the leg, I think you can also put out this two piece if you want to. Okay, I'm not gonna do that here, okay, but in my impression it seems to be. But of course, please use hairdryer first. I haven't hairdryer this two piece, okay. Not really fond of hot water, but for this piece, you know, I'll just use hairdryer, okay. So if you want to, okay. Let's move on, okay. Then we have this is very standard acid rain legs, you know, the shin guard, the knee guard, and the shoes, the boots, yeah. Then we have brake holes, okay. So that's pretty much the figure that we have here. Articulation, as usual, you see the neck actually moves here on this area, but also it connects to a ball joint to the head, so you can combine those two joints, okay. The neck itself is on a ball joint, so it's a ball joint to another ball joint, okay. So that's cool. You can actually somewhat rotate this, okay, to the front, to the back, but we'll try to see the most benefit of this, okay, which is you can actually look back this much. Look up probably is a bit hindered because of the mold, okay, but maybe if you remove this helmet, then you get somewhat extra range, as you can see. As you can see there, because that was hindered by the mold, right? So yeah, you can have a bit of all ball joint motion, side to side and full rotation. Okay, of course that's silly to do that. Okay, but you have both left and right from the two joints. Okay, from the neck and from the head. All right, let's just move on. Now the arm, I'm kind of curious. I haven't really inspected this. I have this on display for a while, but I haven't really played around with this. Seems that with the arm, they have some sort of, well, not really a butterfly joint per se, but a bit of movement here. Okay. Yeah, this piece seems to be a separate piece. There's this shoulder piece. Of course, as usual, you have this rotation. And then I feel that normally we have the hinge here, but because, oh right, so that's what I'm talking about. Okay, so this piece is pretty much a separate piece. There is a hinge there which allows you to move like that or like that, but because of, well, I think they make the shoulder part somewhat rubbery, so you can somewhat extend it to this range. Okay, see there's a hinge there, there's a hinge, and then okay, right, so I understand now. Okay, so rotation and then hinge, and then on the bicep we have bicep rotation. Now I'm curious with the, all right, the elbow is actually more than 90. That's really cool. They don't ratchet anymore. They used to ratchet. Okay, like click like that. But yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay with that. We have rotation normally with the wrist here, and I think this one come with the, I think there's a hinge there. So let me try. Okay, let me try to do that. Let me try to focus. Is there any joint there? Oh, sorry, the joint is down here, so you can actually move down like that. Let me see the other side. Okay, sometimes it's a bit different. Yep, it's the same joint, like that. Okay. Alright, so I hope it makes sense now. Okay. Yep, we have rotation here. You see the belt part there. Right, so it connects the torso with this lower body part. Now the legs, we have, let me see. Okay, we have the ball joint there, so you can somewhat split until this much. Okay, you have ball joint motion with a bit of opening. You can split on this side as well. Back kick like that, front kick like that. Okay, and then we have rotation on the thigh. Okay, it's a full rotation supposedly. Alright, yes, it is a full rotation. Okay, both sides. The knee, I think the knee still have ratchets here. Let's try. Okay, let's try. Yep, it still have ratchet. So it's a double jointed knee actually, so you can actually extend until this much. Okay. And then the knee here is actually a combination of you have rotation as well as you have ankle pivot as well. Let me okay, you have ankle pivot here, ankle pivot, but you also have up and down. Okay, so it's quite a lot of range of motion really. So, and this figure actually stands quite well. Okay, this is why the design of this figure is actually not bad. There has been issue with quality of the material, that it doesn't long lasting with the previous Ori toy. Eventually I experienced those as well, unfortunately, probably because of climate and stuff. But so we'll see, we'll try, we'll try to see. How about the toy align release? Oh, by the way, this helmet comes with it also has a little bit of microphone. I think that's a microphone on this part here, so I'll just put it back on. I felt that there is one movement that I left out. So aside from this elbow bend, normally with the old Oritoy release you have a rotation here on the elbow, and you do have movement there. You can somewhat rotate a little bit, but I don't feel that it's a 360 rotation though. I think they designed it in a certain way to limit it, or it's not intended to be limited, but because of the mold. But yeah, I don't feel like I can try, or I can force to rotate it 360, and I'm not gonna do that, because even with this amount of rotation plus the actual rotation on the arm here, you can actually get a pretty decent shooting precision already. So just to let you know that with this elbow. So let's take a look at the accessories. So we have the walkie-talkie, and we also have the shovel here. The shovel can be folded. Okay, this is the folded shovel. Okay, looks weathered, very nice. You can just extend it, make it into, I think it's supposed to click. Let me try. Is it? Doesn't. Okay, this one clicks. How about the other one? Doesn't really click. I'm kind of scared. Okay, maybe that's enough. I think it's supposed to be straight one, if I remember it correctly. Anyway, you have this shovel, not too shabby, right? I think this one is supposed to click, but alright, yep, it clicks. Right, so sturdy. You can grab, you can use it with your finger. You can grab the arm here. The arm is the one thing that I realized is the grip, the wrist here, the palm is still somewhat rubbery, but it also feels very rigid. It's not like the old Oritoy release. Okay, you can grab it here. Okay, if you want. Okay, I'll probably grab it here as well. Okay, something like that. Well, be creative about it. So we'll try to use the folding function. Oops, so I said right at the back you can actually hold. So if I'm not mistaken, this actually follows the shape of this handle. Okay, let's just try. Yep, so you see, you can actually put your shovel here, and then we have the small gun here. It looks cool. It's painted quite cool as well, kind of gunmetal weathered look with a small trigger there. Okay, very nice. Okay, nice but very small. You see this piece of the, I don't think it's removable though. Nope. Okay, right, let's try to use it on the right here. Okay, okay, I'm trying to put the trigger finger inside. As you can see, the trigger finger can be placed somewhat on the trigger, and it holds quite reasonably tight. Okay, reasonably tight, and then you can always put it into the holster. I think that's normally what we do, what I do. Okay, right, just right, and it holds as well. Good. And then we have these two identical, I don't know, probably SMG or something. Let me check, what is it? Was it called? Nah, not explained. Okay, not explained in the packaging, unfortunately. Yeah, not explained. So we have these two identical. You see the small trigger there. Okay, really nice, solid, very much acid rain style. Okay, solid plastic. So let's try to plug on one of the arm first, one of the hand. And as usual, my objective is to put the trigger finger on the trigger. So yeah, I did that very well, and I think you can somewhat do a two-handed shooting position with this. Let me try my best. Well, I guess something like this, not perfect, but yeah. Okay, so it's actually quite cool. Okay, well, the arm is not really gripping, but let me try to make it grip. Okay, so you can somewhat do a decent two-handed shooting position. You can either grip the left arm there, or maybe down here if you want to. Not too bad, right? Not too bad. And you can somewhat tilt the neck a little bit, make it somewhat his aiming. I like that it has holes there. Let me check this one. Yep, see, even the gun is very small, but they still put a small hole. So yeah. Alright, so we have two of this. Okay, of course, if you want to do something like this, or you can just put the two guns on both arms, that will be okay. The shovel sometimes easily drop, but that's okay. For the most part, it holds. You know, if you just put it on display, then it will never drop. So, alright, just to measure this Sand Cannoneer, it's roughly around, yeah, it's more than 4 inch, right? It's about 4 point, it's basically almost or just shy of 10 centimeters, so it's 4 point something inch. Okay, yep, maybe 4.01 to 5 inch, because around that. So that's how tall this figure is. So before we move on to see the Flakbike and then also the Field Cannoneer, I thought, you know, we're gonna have a look at this. Okay, this is the manual sheet. It's quite good. You have the transformation. Okay, although it's a bit confusing sometimes. And then you also have okay, so you can see that you can actually combine it to interact with the other vehicle. Okay, from Acid Rain, okay, franchise, and then 1/18 scale, of course, not the B251. Well, I haven't tried. Okay, who knows? And then with the figures, okay, you can interact with the Flakbike. You can, okay, there's some sort of features which I'm gonna explain to you, so don't worry about it. Okay, and if you want to, this is also can be used as a very good poster. You can stick it on your room. Okay, so not bad. It's very much the same artwork with the one that we have at the packaging. So not too bad, right? So let's see the figure first. So this is the figure. This is the Field Cannoneer. Okay, at a glance, I think you know that it's very much the same figure with the Sand Cannoneer, with a bit of differences. I'm gonna point out the differences to you. The body mold, the overall body mold is pretty much the same. Okay, a bit different paint scheme. We have hint of blue and then different insignia. Okay, and then here we have different color. It's not black, and then the shin guard also is a different color. In fact, it's more sandy, quote unquote sandy, compared to this one. This is supposed to be the Sand Cannoneer, but then this color is really interesting. Okay, And then even the FAS, right here, he has the shovel holder, also the walkie-talkie. Okay, so that's the differences. Okay, and then in this small, well, kind of small back on the chest on the FAS here, it has the F109 insignia, okay, with the logo and with the number. Okay, and then on the top of the helmet here, he has this F, okay, F logo. Okay. Right, and then at the back, I think we saw it at the back. It also has the 109, F109. Okay, whereas this one, nothing much. So it's interesting that they actually put more on the figure that come with the vehicle, okay, compared to the one that with the single release here. Now another differences aside from the color, aside from the insignia. Okay, another insignia here, the F insignia on the right, nothing on the left, whereas this one doesn't have anything. Or is it wiped out? Is it supposed to be insignia? Not really. But yeah, the other very noticeable difference is the joint on the wrist. Okay, you see the joint on this one is this way. Okay, whereas the joint on this one is this direction. Okay, so you see. Okay, and I can understand this is very much used with the flag bike interaction. This is a better usage for shooting precision. Okay, but that's just in my opinion. Okay, so let's just focus on this. Body mold very much the same. The differences here, it has hint of blue, oranges. Okay, let's look at the helmet. It's very much the same as well. It's removable, the helmet, so you can remove the helmet, and you see the head inside. Okay, pretty much the same. Okay, you have the walkie-talkie, removable. Okay, the FAS, you can also open it through this area here. Okay, so blue, a hint of blue, and then it has this bright sandy color here. Nice. That's pretty much the Field Cannoneer. Okay, well, this articulation, maybe I'll just explain articulation once again. The head is on a, you have the board articulation on the neck here, down here, and just below the head. Okay, it's a combination of two ball joints, so you can look down that much, look up that much, side to side rotation. The neck actually can rotate, but it's a tighter joint, but normally we just rotate on the head. Okay, but you can if you want to. Okay, okay, the arm here, there's a hinge on the arm as well, although it is somewhat hidden. Okay, bicep can rotate. Alright, this one is the tricky one. The elbow bend, okay, more than 90, but then there's a bit of movement side to side like that. Oh yeah, I also want to mention this. It seems that there is some sort of butterfly movement here. Not really. Okay, I hope it's visible, but you can see that there's a bit of movement inside, right? Not so much, but yeah, there's some sort of what we call butterfly movement here. Okay, a little bit. Okay, rotation here. Sorry, the wrist, I forgot the wrist, and then the difference is this one is up and down like this. The hinge is that way. Okay, so it's not up and down this direction, but yeah, like that. Okay, what else? Trigger finger on both. Okay, rotation here already. And then the legs, the legs on this one is a bit loose, still sturdy, don't worry about it. So all ball joint motion. Okay, front kick, somewhat well, a kick as well, I guess, kind of a split. Okay, this way you see more blue here, right? And then on the thigh, rotation, and then ratcheting knee. It's a double jointed knee. Okay, And well, the knee, since it's double jointed, it doesn't have a rotation. The rotation is on the thigh, and of course the ankle you can rotate. It has rocker ankle. It actually has rocker ankle, and you have up and down motion. Oop, where is it? Kind of lost it. Is it facing? Okay. Well, I overturned it, so it's supposed to be the other way around. Let me try to fix it. I think it's supposed. Okay. So up and down, and rotation and rocker. Okay, so there you have it with this. And sorry, this is the Field Cannoneer, come with the Flakbike. The accessories that we have is pretty much similar. You have this shovel, same old shovel, click click. Okay, same one. Okay, you can fold it, you can put it on his back. On the fast, he also has this holster. Even the pistol is the same. Okay, pretty much the same. So I'm not gonna put it on. I'm not gonna try to grab it on the wrist, on the palm. Okay, already done that with the Sand Cannoneer anyway, so it fits the holster. The one that we don't have with the Field with the Sand Cannoneer is this binocular. Okay, this binocular is cool. This is the where you're supposed to look at from. Okay, this is the front, and the side. On the side we see gripping parts. Okay, so this gripping parts is really good. You see some grids there, so it's supposed to hold. Another cool thing with this figure is that you can actually pose. So first you can grab it just easily and nice, okay, like that. Okay, it holds, but you can also somewhat position, and it's very easy. Let me try to position it with the binocular as if you are. Okay, let me try. I did it just now. Okay, for example, like this. So you can put the binocular pretty much eye level. Okay, for example, I remove this, and yeah, not too bad, right? The binocular actually works really well, and it can be used with other figure as well. Okay, so that's really cool. I think this is a very small detail, but it works. So that's pretty much with the figure. Also the mic here on the side, communicator. Alright, let's move on. Here we have the Flakbike in the bike mode or vehicle mode. Okay. Well, I thought I'm gonna start with this mode, and this is how it was packaged. Okay, it was in a vehicle mode. Okay. Well, let's try to focus on some of the details that we have here. It's all weathered as well. It reminds me of a Stronghold. You know, the paint is very rough, weathered. I like that. Okay. The sitting position here. It's plastic here, and then we have several insignia. We have the insignia on this side. We have another 109 there. Okay. Another insignia on the left, and then caution is, well, I think it's another, well, the caution letter is upside down, but I think if you transform into the Canon mode, then it will all make sense. Okay, I really like the headlight here. Okay, and then this light, this part here, a bit of movement up and down here. The light can also move. It's also part of the transformation later on. This one at the back also, but I think since we are in the vehicle mode, this more makes sense. You see a bit of the cannon there. and then you see this part, you can flip this, right? You can flip this and you can use this to pull the other vehicle from acid rain. I'm gonna try to use this next time, maybe when I share another vehicle. Okay, so it's good that we have that. It has more articulation like this actually. Okay, so yeah, just keep it this way. What else? The steering here is actually rubbery, and then this is plastic. Unfortunately, the wheel area here, well, is this a wheel? Basically this part, they still use rubbery materials. Okay, if you're a long time collector of acid rain, then you know that this is better not to use rubbery, but better to use solid. I'm not sure why they opted to use rubbery here. So this one is rubbery, this one is rubbery, this one is also rubbery. Okay, fortunately, yeah. So I'm not sure whether we can somewhat 3D print it and make a 3D printed version to change this. Who knows? Okay, this is what it looks like from the bottom. Okay, another insignia, another caution letter. Okay, so yeah. Okay, of course the wheel doesn't really roll. Okay, but yeah, you get a quite cool bike here. There's a bit of piece here. This one can open up. It's a container. It's actually to be used to hold your binocular. Okay, so I'll just put, normally I just keep it there. It's very secure. Okay, it's a ball joint here actually, and then you can actually open this up and you see some sort of kind of a mini controller or something like that. Really cool, molded there, as you can see. Pretty cool, right? Oh, I almost forgot. And then you see this indicator as well. It's a proper motorbike, right? So you see, not really sophisticated, but it works. Okay, that's cool. I like that. All right, maybe just to measure it a little bit, shall we? Okay, to measure the length. From the front wheel to the back is roughly 17 centimeters. Okay, and then the height here to this area here is about 2.5 inch. So all is shy below 6.5 centimeters. Okay, 6.4 something centimeters. And then side to side width is about, I think, 12.2 centimeters, around that. Okay, so yeah, right. So this is in the vehicle mode. I'll try to put the Cannoneer to sit and drive this, okay, in a bit. So here the Cannoneer driving or riding this flag bike. Okay, you can actually grab both arms into the steering wheel, and I think you see here why they use this wrist articulation is, I think, because to help us to put the arm into the steering wheel. So I can understand that reasoning. And the good thing also, the leg, the feet can actually being put on the footsteps here. I forgot to mention that the footstep here is somewhat, this two part here is somewhat rubbery. Okay, so you can step on it. It's actually not hard, it's actually quite easy. I managed to put him into the steering position like this in no time. But the trick to do it is, you see this steering handle, sorry, not the steering wheel, but the steering handle here is actually articulated. It has ball joints here. So what I did, I put it out first like this, pull it out, and I put the arm of my figure to grab on it first, and then I rotate it back down. Okay, I think that's the easier method to put both arm into the steering handle, and make it easier. All right, so yeah, that's how it is, and maybe you can just put other figures to sit here. Okay, that will be cool. There are several handle part here that you can use as well. The hand of the figure can use it. What else? Oh, by the way, we have 2 pegs here. If you want your figure to stand up here, you can also do it. Oh, I think you want to sit your figure facing this side. Okay, so 1, 2, so you can put the feet of your figure inside this peg, make it sturdier. I don't think this peg is supposed to be for the feet. This one is the most suitable one. But yeah, this is the kind of the precision that we are looking for in this flag bike. Okay, with the bike mode. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much it. We'll move on with transforming this into the flag cannon. Okay, so transforming this flag bike is actually not that hard, compared to the B251, because it's bigger, and then yeah, I think the material is quite solid. Right, anyway, okay, well, we have this handlebar here. I forgot to mention. Now this is the handlebar, and then this the steering wheel. First thing first, you can just move the steering wheel up like this. Okay, what we want to accomplish is there's a peg here that we need to detach. Okay, same on the other side, right? I think it's already detached. Yeah. Okay, and then what we want to do is, well, you can move this whole part down first if you want to. Another peg that we need to detach is where is it? This area here. So so just move it this area, this side, okay, this side, and then you just pull it out. Okay, well, it doesn't stop there. A lot of things that needs to be done. Okay, you need to move this. Okay, move this out. Okay, until it's stuck here, and then you move this. Okay, you move this down. Make sure it's all the way. Okay, so it's stuck. And then we have to somewhat pull this down all the way. Okay, same on the other side as well. Okay. So you want to take out this. Okay, there's a peg here, and then rotate this part all the way, all the way down. All right, all the way until it fills this gap. Okay, until it's stuck. Okay, all right. So once you've done that, okay, let me check first. Wow, are we missing something? Okay, stuck it. Stuck. Why doesn't it stuck? Okay. Oh, I see. All right. So once you get into this position, okay, let's continue. So where is it? Let's move out a little bit. Okay. All right. So it's still very awkward, right? We can close this part. Close it. So these two flaps, you can close it. Doesn't really click to anything, but yeah. Okay, like that. Okay. Right. So what we are going to do is, okay, our objective is pretty much, okay, right. Sorry, I did it wrong. This one eventually will have to move up like this. Okay, move up like this, and then because our our focus is actually on the cannon part here. Okay. So the cannon, we need to open this up first, and then you move this out. Rotate this first, okay, rotate this, and then move it out like that. And okay, so look, it's awkward, right? So what should we do is we need to adjust these two legs. Okay, and it will act as if these are like tripod, and then try to make it pose like this. Okay, so the rest is history. Just try your best to kind of position it. Okay, you see it's tilting to this side. So what should we do? What should we do? We need to, okay, adjust a little bit. Just find the best, okay, position. Now this handlebar, if you want to just keep it like this, is okay. If you want to follow what the poster show us in the poster, in the image illustration that we have, they position it like that. Okay, so that means from this position you're gonna have to twist it, and it is doable, but it's a bit too of a hassle for me. I'm not gonna do that. Just keep it this way. Actually, it's okay, right? Okay, so once you set the 3 fit, okay, okay, like this, make sure it's stable, and then you already pull out the cannon. Don't forget to twist the headlight outward, facing the front somewhat, like that. Okay, so we're gonna see the seating situation, the cockpit situation at the back here. All right, so what are we going to do? We're almost done actually. Okay, this cannon is not ready yet. You have to pull it down until it clicks. Okay, it clicks. Okay, and then there's this gap here. You can use your nail to plug it out and extend the cannon. Okay, so in transforming this, what we need to pay attention is the position of the cannon. Then you know where you need to adjust your the legs, the 2 legs. Okay, because the one in the middle just stuck there. Okay, it doesn't really, you know, move anywhere, just stand there like that. Okay, so continue on the cockpit situation. We have this device here. Okay, let me just focus a little bit. We have this cool device here. So it's basically the controller. Okay, and you can also add a little bit more control here, which is, it's actually pretty well designed. You see this is, you know, this controller, right? It's actually a very good design. So normally I just put this up. Okay, maybe the Cannoneer wants to control something here. And then now this is the tricky part here. The tricky part is, let me just move on a little bit. You see this is supposed to be a sitting position. Okay, so the Cannoneer doesn't actually stand up. The Cannoneer actually sit down. So where does he sit? Here. But unfortunately, design wise, okay, I'm not sure whether I'm doing it wrong, but in my impression is that, you know, this piece is supposed to be around this area. Okay, but the full range is down here. Okay, no, you're not, well, I haven't tried, but the ideal sitting situation is roughly around this area. Okay, so you want your figure to sit straight and somewhat can reach this handlebar, or can reach this handlebar, and can reach this controller, I think that's a more logical option. Unfortunately, they don't really give explanation on this cockpit area. You cannot find it in the poster, in the packaging, not in the manual. The poster just showing it from the front like that with the head of the figure on top. So in my opinion, the most logical option is around this area. Okay, so basically you want to sit your figure, and then it has a footrest. You see those two footrests. Okay, so it's a more logical option. That's the thing. Okay, you still have access to your binocular here. Another cool thing, one of the gimmick, is you can actually take out this piece and you see the cannon inside. It is painted kind of a chromey. I don't know what's the color is that. Basically, you see the cannon, but I don't think it's removable, this area. Okay, so yeah, so you need to put this back. Okay, it clicks. It's a bit wiggling, but yeah, unfortunately, after several times playing it, it's a bit loose, but that's okay. One thing that I want to remind you is that this part actually rotates, and it's very important when you want to transform it back to the bike mode, because if you don't rotate this, okay, you don't rotate this, then the, what do you call it? Basically this part won't fold. That's the point. Okay, I just want to mention that to you. All right, so okay, we have, I think this slide is supposed to be facing to the front, so I just lowered it down, and then we have the headlight here. This part is a bit awkward. You're exposing this part of the flag bike, but yeah, that's pretty much it. You see again, this is the insignia. Okay, the diffusion name, etc. Okay, right, so maybe you want to straighten this lamp, this light as well. Okay, what else do we need to do? Okay, this handlebar is ready. Okay, nothing much on this two feet actually. Okay, nothing much really that we can do. All right, so how about let's just sit the figure into this. All right, so I've managed to put my figure to sit on this cannon mode. Okay, from the front you don't actually see much differences, right? Well, for the cannon position, well, normally you can adjust, right? But I think this is around the kind of a logical range. Okay, let's say just this range. Okay, so from the front you don't really see how it looks like, but from this side, for example, you see I try my best to position my figure to sit on this, and it actually worked. Okay, it's like it's meant to be. And I normally try to put to grip on one of the handle, either on this side or this side, okay, to help positioning, to steady the position. You see that somewhat this control part is somewhat accessible, okay, reachable, humanly speaking, but not for the toy. I tried, it's a bit far, but it's possible. Okay, so that's why I try to put the arm to grip on one of the handle to make it more stable, to help me as well. And then I try to put the left palm on, somewhat pressing on the controller button there. Okay, as you can see, so not too bad, right? Okay, and then how about the sitting position? Now the leg position can be a bit tricky. It's not really feasible. Okay, but I try my best to somewhat sit it there, so it's not really floating. I try my best that it will sit down there. Okay, I hope it's visible. Okay, so seemingly it's working fine, right? But then you know, I want to show you what my complaint is. My complaint is the normal position, right? The full range of this steering position is like this. See, that's how it's stuck. I wish they would stuck it on this area instead. Okay. Because on mine, probably not on yours, this movement is a bit loose. Well, it's not super loose, but you know, it is not rigid enough to support the steering position, as you can see. So, you know, this is why I put the arm to hold on the handlebar. Okay. So once you fix the position on the legs, for example, okay, see the position on the legs, not too bad, right? Not the most ideal. You can still fix the ankle position, but you know that you can position it there. Okay, somewhat, right? Then you can sit the figure. Okay, you can move up the sitting, the seat. So that's why I wish that this position is more secure. Okay, this pose, it will help me. It will help you really much to position your figure. But well, so far it's not that bad, right? As you can see. And even you can still put your shovel here. Okay, so not too bad, right? Not too shabby. So let's do a bit of measurement here. Of course, it depends on your configuration, how open your configuration with the two legs, okay, and etc. But let's just try to measure to the top of here, of the cockpit here. It is roughly I think it's more than 7 inch. I think it's around 8 point, maybe 0.2, 0.3 centimeters, around that. Okay. From the front here, again, depending on your configuration, might be different. Okay, it's roughly about 22 centimeter here. Okay, around that, but it depends on your configuration. Okay, but the one at the back, the look from the back again, if you want to have a look. By the way, I need to mention to you as well that these two legs is actually ball jointed. As you can see, well, it's not really visible from here. Okay, this side here is ball jointed. Okay, here I have several ideas for comparison of the acid rain figure compared to the other figure line. Okay, here beside I have this Han Solo from Hasbro Star Wars line. Okay, I think roughly the vintage collection line is about this height. Okay, probably shorter, probably a bit taller, but yeah, just to give a bit of idea, it's kind of a true 3/4 inch, whereas this acid rain, as you can see, is somewhat bigger, bulkier. And then we have G.I. Joe here. This is Snake Eyes from G.I. Joe. Okay, you see that G.I. Joe is not only a bit taller compared to the Han Solo one, although they are from the same company, but I think the G.I. Joe can be used somewhat interchangeably to cross over with the acid rain somewhat. Another one that I have on this side is I have the Marvel Universe. Okay, they don't really do this line anymore, unfortunately. It's basically Marvel Legends in a smaller scale, but as you can see, it's also somewhat about the same size. Okay, and then I have Joy Toy here. This is a World War II American soldier Joy Toy. Well, Joy Toy is very popular this day, so I thought, well, that's not the only Joy Toy figure that I have, but that's the one I have beside me. I'm afraid they may not be the best representation of a Joy Toy figure, but as you can see, even then the scale, of course the suit here is a bit thinner compared to this. Okay, it's because of the vest and whatnot, but you see, maybe I'll try to remove his helmet first. Maybe that would be making more sense. As you can see, I think this two line can also be used interchangeably. Yeah, so yeah, well, many of the releases of Joyta are also very cool. So yeah, these are pretty much most of the most popular line. Unfortunately, I don't have the 3¾ inch Fortnite yet or anything else, but yeah, I think this is sufficient to give you an idea. So here, just to wrap up, I have the the flag bike in the Canon mode side by side with my Sand Cannoneer here on the side. You can see, you know, the difference in size. Okay, so I think the most logical is for this figure to climb up is using this handlebar. I think it will use this, and then to climb up probably, or maybe use this bar, not sure. Okay, you can climb this, and then yeah, imagining this is closed. Okay, so and then he will sit that on that position. Okay, all right, so what do I think about it? As usual, the figure itself is pretty solid. Okay, I like it. It's pretty much no nonsense figure. Well, you just open it up and you can play straight away with it. Okay. In fact, the flag bike is actually not bad as well. The vehicle mode is very easy to play with. Very easy to put the rider on it. Okay, especially with the handlebar and stuff. Okay, very easy. But this, you know, this flag cannon, I don't know what it's called, mode is a bit troublesome in one area, which is the sitting area that I mentioned to you. It is doable, as you can see here. It still holds the figure. It doesn't, you know, lower by itself, you know. It's still, but I wish that it's still a bit more rigid than what I have. Of course, my figure here may not be the same with what you have. Maybe what you have is better. Of course, it can be fixed if you are customizer, and probably you can add a little bit of, you know, I don't know, paint or something, make the joint movement a bit more rigid, a bit solid. Okay, and you're all set. Okay, but yeah, it can be a bit troublesome as usual with this, especially this smaller scale. The good thing with small scale is that you can have a good artillery, a good vehicle in a reasonable size, okay, for your collection. But then, in the other hand, it's also super small, trying to fit in everything, trying to work it out with your figures, the one that you have. Okay, so there's always plus and minus, but as long that it works like this, I think Toy Alliance is doing a really good job. Okay, in my opinion. So cannot really complain much here. Okay, and especially knowing that this flag bike can be used to play around with other vehicle as well. So it's pretty much about your imagination, your creativity. There's nothing right or wrong with this setup of this flag bike. Really try your best to make sure that it looks natural, it looks great, it looks good for your photography, and you're all set pretty much, right? That's pretty much the point of all this, right? So material wise, I'm not sure whether Toy Alliance is doing something else. I think I asked Kit Lau, the creator of this IP, this property, long ago, and he said, well, it's a different company. So maybe along the way, you know, they try to not only to fasten the process of manufacturing, but also try to source certain materials that is better. Because, you know, with the older figure, it tends to the rubber, the other plastic is okay, but the rubbery part often crumble here and there. Hopefully it will not happen with this Toy Alliance. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much it. really cool set and really recommended for you to get it if you like this line. Okay, so thank you guys for watching until the end. If you like this video, please like, subscribe and share, and don't forget to turn on your notification bell. Ciao.